gonna have to move my
Sugar just right. Packing just right.
table. I'll move over here so y'all can see. That sounds delicious. I love homemade jelly. There's a lady, she usually comes to the farmer's market that used to live where I was, and she would make homemade jelly out of our trees. What did they have? Mulberries. And she would make mulberry jelly, and oh my gosh,
Like,
I loved it.
this is my first elk.
Do you have a bush?
No, this is Corey Law. Somebody, he sourced it in Vicksburg. He didn't tell me where it came
Yeah.
from. And so I hate to say this, AI is my friend. Okay, this is what happened. The quantity.
right, ready? Okay, bringing our feet together. Bring our hands out. We're going to breathe in. Bring our hands up, and we're going to just roll up onto our toes, and we're going to just bring our hands down and then come all the way back up onto our toes. We're just going to keep doing this repetitively for a little while. Make sure that's turned on. And we're going to do this one more time. And then we're coming back up onto our toes, hanging out on our toes. And we're just going to move our arms up and down. If you need to, you can get on your feet. So we're just moving our hands up and down. And then relaxing under our feet. Bring them out just a little bit if you need to. We're going to just drop one hand down and stretch. And then come back up with that hand and drop the other hand down and stretch. We're just going to go back and forth doing this warm up. Try to let that head hang, let that weight drop. And last time, bringing our hands back up. We're going to bring them down to the side, and we're just going to twist over our shoulders. And then we're going to drop our hands down to our hips. And then we're going to just bend our knees, bring our hands down, and we're just going to do a nice, bigger 8. And then we're going to just slowly roll all the way back up, all the way up, and look up at the sun. And relax our shoulders down. All right, we're stepping out into triangle, bringing our arms out. We're going to go down into flat back, and we're just going to touch our right hand to our left foot, hold for 3 seconds, come all the way back up into flat back, and then left to right hold for 3 seconds. Back up, and once again, we're going to do this 5 times. Hold for 3 seconds, come back up to flat back, hold for 3 seconds. Back to flat back. Last time. And then bringing those hands down to our feet, grabbing our ankle. We're going to just lean to one side, hold for 3 seconds, and then go to the other side and hold for 3 seconds. Last time. And going into squat. So we're just going into a nice squat, bringing our hands up into your prayer. Close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. Let yourself rest. And coming all the way up, bring your hands up overhead and salute the sun. And come back down. All right, keeping our feet into the triangle, we're going to just turn our foot up, slide down to one side, and we're just going to drop and look up at our hand. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Breathe in and out. Relax your body. And then you're going to drop that hand down and go into a fold. Don't forget to breathe in and out. And we're going to come up into warrior one. And then warrior two. Looking over your shoulder, or you can look at the hand in front of you, whichever way stretches the neck that you need to be stretched. Sure you lean into that knee being bent. Make sure that you're applying the pressure equally on the feet. Sure everything's engaged. Then you're going to arch back and look up at your hand. And coming back into triangle. Going to the other side, bringing that foot out, sliding down, and drop your hand and look up at the one above you. And then drop that hand down. And coming up into warrior one. And then warrior two. And then arch back. And coming up into triangle. And then we're gonna jump. All right, coming to the end of our mat, we're gonna get our feet ready. We're going into Egyptian chair. So we're bringing our hands up over our head, going down into a chair sitting position, leaning forward just a little if you need to. Make sure your feet are underneath your hips. Everything's nice and good. And then you're going to bring your hands down to your side. And if you can, you're going to lift one leg up, place it onto the other leg, and sit. And just leave it right here if you need to. Whatever works best for you. relax down. Feet a little if you need to. Bring your hands up. Going into the Egyptian chair. Bring your hands down to the side. And then shift your weight. Once again, you can just leave your foot right here. That's all you do. Or you can bring it up over your knee. And relax. All right. Going into diver, so we're going to bring your hands up, overhead, squeezing everything up, going under our toes. We're going to hold this, relaxing to it, squeezing everything as tight as possible. We're going to bring our arms behind us, bend our knees, looking like we're arching up. We're going to go forward. We're holding this. Make sure everything's engaged. And then bring our hands all the way in front of us into downward dog. Pushing down into our calves, making sure they're on the ground. And then bring your right knee up. And then, if you can, bring it all the way out. And relax down. Back into downward dog. Pressing into it, opening up those shoulders, lifting up your left knee. And then going all the way back if you can. And then back into downward dog. And this time we're just going to do some bicycling. Just nice and gentle. Try to hold for 3 seconds and then switch to the other side for 3 seconds. And then coming down into table. Relaxing into table, getting a nice centered area. Make sure that your knees are under your hips. And we're going to do cat, cow, wag your tail. So you're going to breathe in and go into your cat, tucking in your chin. Hold that for your breath, and then exhale. Go down into cow, lifting up your head. Turning that abdomen to the floor. And then wag your tail. You're going to look over your shoulder. Try to look at your tail. Then switch to the other side. And try to look at your tail. And I want you just to concentrate on your breathing. Breathing in and out. And you're just going to go at your own pace. Finding your rhythm. And relaxing back into table. You're going to take your right hand, bring it up in front of you, and then you're going to bring it out to the side and thread it between your hands. Drop that shoulder to the ground, placing your head on the ground, and thread your needle. Just relax into that. Coming back up. Bring the other hand out in front of you, the left hand, then out to the side. Bring it down through, threading that needle. Coming back up and going down into child pose. Closing your eyes, relaxing into child pose, allowing yourself to rest. Find whatever position is comfortable. Close your eyes and just imagine that whatever you're thinking is being drained into the mat. And then you're just going to move your hands to the right. And then move the hands to the left. And then back into the center. And then slowly rolling up. We're going to place one foot in front of the other. So you're in a triangle. So this is going to be a triangle. This is going to be a triangle. Place this hand down. And we're going to see if you can lift this foot up and grab that toe. If you can. And then change your shoulder so that you're looking over the knee once you've done that. Then you're going to take this knee, bring it all the way across into triangle in front, wrap the other hand around it, make sure this hip is on the ground, place that hand behind you and look over your shoulder. And relax this foot. This knee's going to go in front now. This one's going to go behind and down. Then you're going to try to lift that back leg up if you can. And then bring this leg all the way across the front. Twist around. Place that hand behind you over your shoulder. And relax, bringing that foot in front so that you're in butterfly. And we're just going to flap our wings. Close your eyes, roll back, and then roll forward. And then close your eyes and just let your wings flap. Getting comfortable, making sure you're sitting up straight. Relax that chin. Relax your face. Let everything relax. And just imagine that you're on a beautiful field right now. And there's lots of flowers. And you're just going to go to each flower, smelling them and soaking up the wonderful sun. Maybe there's a nice breeze blowing. It's a beautiful sunny day with lots of beautiful flowers for you to visit. All right, breathing into your breath. Opening your eyes, you're going to grab one toe, whichever one you want to start with. Take the other hand, place it on the other hip, and you're going to just push straight forward. And then out to the side if you can. And then go all the way across, grab that arch, bring the other hand down if you need to. Try to make sure to engage those abs. Everything should be feeling this pose. And relax down. Roll in and roll out. See if you need to like get up onto your tailbone again. And then we're going to switch over to the other side, grabbing that foot, placing the hand on the hip, and just press forward. Try to push into that palm of your hand, being and then out to the side. And then all the way across. And back down to the center. Okay, you're gonna bring one foot in front, the other one in front if you can, like this, or you can just do applesauce, whichever way feels more comfortable. We're gonna take our arms, wrap them in the front, cross over, and go into equal. Closing your eyes, breathing in and out. Bringing those hands out, switching the legs around, and then switching the arms. And relax out. And we're going to just bring our legs out into a nice split, sitting up straight as we can. Grab. Sitting up as straight as possible, bring your hands up, close your eyes, and just breathe in and out. If you need to, you can place your hands behind you, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to just shift our weight over to our right side. Grab that toe if you can. You can bring the other arm over and go into a hold, or you can bring that arm up and behind you, whichever way you want to do it. Whichever way you open up that shoulder, you can. And then bringing that hand down, you're going to just walk across, crisscross, nice and slow to the other side. Grabbing that foot. Once again, you can leave that hand down if you want to, or you can bring it up and behind. And then bring those hands into the center. You're just going to relax into the center. And you're just going to try to put one hand in front of the other. Nice and slow. Try to put one hand in front of the other. Feel that stretch between your legs as you nicely, gently move. And then slowly come up. Bringing those legs together, you're going to dip mat. Put your hands behind you. And you can either lift all the way up and go into full boat and hold that for 30 seconds, or you can do like this. Place your hands down, find a comfortable place, just hold. Try to make sure those toes are either flexed or pointed, whatever you're needed. And relax down. All right, onto the mat. We're going to bring our feet straight up into the air, pressing straight up, flexing those toes. If you need to, you can place your hands behind your knees, and you're going to try to grab your wrists so that you have a nice cool. We're just going to hold that. Close your eyes and relax. And bring those feet straight up again, relaxing the arms. The feet are straight up into the air. And we're going to flex those toes and then point those toes. And we're just going to hold them in a pointed position and then flex them. Then hold in a pointed position and then flex them. Hold in a pointed position and flex them. Hold in a pointed position and flex. And now you're going to take your right foot, cross it over your left foot. You're going to grab behind onto the hamstring and pull. Once again, making sure the toes are pointed or flexed, just as long as they're engaged. And we're going to hold this stretch. Okay, bring those legs back up into the air. Once again, flexing and then pointing. Flexing, then pointing. Flexing, then pointing. Flexing, then pointing. And flexing. Now you can take your left leg, bring it over the right leg, grab back behind those hamstrings and pull. Once again, make sure your toes are either flexed or pointed. And last time, bring those legs straight up into the air, flexing and pointing, 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 flexing and pointing. Bring those knees down so the knees are up, but the feet are flat on the floor. You're going to take your right knee, bring your arms out to the side, take your right knee. You're going to lift your right knee up to your chest, and you're going to just do a nice circle on the floor, and then bring it all the way around and back to your chest. So nice circle all the way around the floor, and then back up to your chest. Close your eyes and just relax into the movement. Make sure everything's engaged, that your toes either flexed or pointed. And last time, bring that down, flexing it onto the mat. Now you're going to do your left knee, pick that up, and then just roll it onto the floor and across your body and back up to your chest. relax that knee back up with the other knee. Now taking your arms still out to the side, make sure your palms are straight down, and you're just gonna rock your knees side to side, very gently, side to side. And then when you feel comfortable, move your head to the opposite direction as you gently move your knees side to side. And then you're just going to let your knees fall to one side. Relax into that pose. Allowing your body to rest. Breathing in and out. Closing your eyes. Allowing yourself to rest in that pose. And then when you're ready, bring your knees up and let them fall to the other side. Once again, just allowing yourself to rest. And then when you're ready, bring those knees back to the center and allow them to go straight in front of you into corpse pose. Letting your body just relax. You can place one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. Breathing in and breathing out. Allowing that energy to come into you, flow through your chest, go into your heart, pump through your body from your toes all the way up into your head, and back into your heart, and then into your lungs, and exhale. Imagining that breath, breathing in, going into the lungs, into the heart, into the blood, flowing down your legs, releasing all the tension through your knees, down into your ankles, up into your toes, flowing back behind your legs, up your hips, up your spine, down your shoulders, into your fingers, back up your arm, over your throat, into your head, around your face, back down your chest, into the heart as you exhale. Imagining that cycle as you're breathing in and breathing out.
I'm going to read you a quote from Buddha and a quote from the Bible. As a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, wise people falter not amidst blame and praise. The Dhammapada teaches, equal in the face of external judgments, this wisdom reminds us that true strength is holding firm to our essence and echoing a call to keep the soul elevated beyond the worldly illusions. In Christianity, it's above all else, guard your heart from everything you do flows from it. The Bible teaches that the heart shapes all actions. When we guard it, our lives align with our truest selves. Call to hold the soul aloft invites us to rise above distractions and illusion and to live authentically from within. Breathing in and out. Imagining your air flowing through your body. And imagine that your heart is as solid as a rock with your faith, your hope, your love, your joy, your sadness, your anger, your empathy, that you are true to all of it, and that you have the clarity to know when to breathe in and to breathe out. When you're ready, I want you to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Bring your knees up to your chest and give yourself a nice big hug. And as you rock back and forth, just loosening anything else that might need to be loosened. If you notice still any tightness, roll your pelvic up and down. If your shoulders feel a little tight, do a circle motion. If there's any tightness left, just rock back and forth. If you find yourself uncomfortable, just allow yourself to give yourself that big hug that's much needed. Allow yourself to love. And then when you're ready, just come into sitting pose, sliding to one side, gently coming up. Once you're in sitting pose, we're just going to do a half circle from elbow to elbow, just gently rolling around, allow that neck to relax. And then when you're ready, go all around, full roll, just nice and gently. Remember not to go too far back because you don't want to hurt the back of your neck. Just nice and slow. And if you find any spots that might be a little tight, you can hang out there. Let it relax and release. Nice And go the other way. And then placing your hands onto your shoulders, we're just going to do a nice big pull back and then pull forward. Nice pull back and then pull forward. Nice pull back and then pull forward. Nice and slow. Now relax those hands down and then we're just going to gently twist side to side. And then bringing our hands to the floor. We're going to breathe in, bring our hands over our head. And exhale down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathing in. Bring your hands into prayer. Now,